Whoa, welcome back to another episode of the Squadron Media Podcast. I am your host, Ryan or Halogen, and I am joined by the legendary, the famous
Jordan
or
Gamer Tags
44
44.
or 69.
Yeah.
Alright, so we haven't uploaded to this podcast in a while, but in the new year, this podcast will be weekly, hopefully weekly. Okay, so before that, go check out our other podcast on Canada Coaster Fan, that show about coasters, featuring Bradley at home, Skylar Powers, and Justin from That Intamin Guy, and Josh from Coaster Corner also was on the podcast in this last episode. But anyway, today we're talking about Rogue One and how horrible of a movie it was. Right?
No?
Yeah, I thought that this is our review for Rogue One in a podcast.
In a way, yeah.
But so we're not going to do a regular review because I don't have time to make the slides for the Star Wars reviews. But plus we disagree on this, so we couldn't really upload it. I mean, I know a lot of people is going to hate me because on the internet, for some reason, everyone says this is such a great movie and it's excellent. Oh, it's made for Star Wars fans. It's a perfect movie. It's better than Empire Strikes Back. I hated this movie. I thought it was bad. I just watched that Red Letter Media review of it.
Yeah.
I thought he brought up some good points.
Okay,
but
I didn't think it was better than a lot of the movies. Like, I liked it more than the prequels, and that's probably all I liked it more.
Of course it's better than the prequels.
But I liked it. I think they shouldn't have put in some of the CGI people.
I'd give the prequels, I'd give Attack of the Clones a 1 out of 10. I'd give Revenge of the Sith a 2 out of 10 and Phantom Menace a 3 out of 10. I'd give this a 5 out of 10.
Wow.
I did not like this movie at all. It was missing everything I wanted in a Star Wars movie.
Like what?
There was nothing. The characters. I mean,
I like Jin.
Jin, yeah. Was she that great of a... She wasn't that great of a character. I don't care. She's the main character, but she's so similar to every other female character in the history of anything. I mean, lost her parents at a young age.
Well, yeah. Okay, but whatever.
Is fully self-sufficient now. She's
Yeah,
a perfect character. She's got no flaws.
They fixed the problem that everyone.
I don't care about that problem. I didn't care about that problem once. Did you?
I like.
Were you complaining for years about that problem?
I thought it was pretty dumb.
Yeah, but come on, man. If that's the best thing this movie can do?
No, I thought the action scenes were great. I didn't like the AT-AT scenes as much as an Empire, but I still thought it was really
well, you
cool.
know, I mean, as I said in that review, I mean, action and comedy, that comes later. This movie had a lot of that, which are two great things. Both out the basis for the story. I mean, the story kind of sucked. I mean,
well, they're trying to get the plans. Death Star.
I mean, no, but if you take away the Star Wars from it, it's the stupidest story of all time.
But
I mean,
I don't even understand how that makes sense.
If this was a standalone movie, it would be so dumb because basically they just steal the plans for this weapon without destroying the weapon, and then they die at the end.
Yeah, but how else are they? Yeah, but no, but they still managed to get the plans.
And then they just die at the end.
Yeah, but how?
Oh, spoilers, by the way.
What else are they supposed to do? This is set not long before the original Star Wars.
Yeah, I know.
They had to die, and I think it would have been.
I know they had to die, but if this was a standalone movie, if this was not a Star Wars movie, that would have been the
Star Wars movie.
This is a Star Wars movie.
Yeah,
and it's definitely a weak Star Wars movie. And I mean, you got to go into the characters. I mean, the characters for this thing were absolute trash. I mean,
I like Jin.
I don't care if you
What's
like. I don't care. Cassian sucked.
I thought he was okay.
I cared so little about Cassian. I barely knew anything about Cassian through that movie. He had no characterization whatsoever. He just seemed like a carbon copy of all those other characters. I guess there was some sort of pilot guy, which I don't even remember what he did. Do you even remember? I think there was another guy. And then you've got that droid, who is very overrated.
Everyone likes the droid.
Everyone likes the droid. I don't like the droid. The droid is so similar to pretty much every other droid character we've seen throughout Star Wars.
He was nothing like C-3PO.
No, but he was sort of the basic character type. I mean, he argued a lot. He was really uptight about things.
I guess.
You know, he's supposed to be funny.
Way.
A little bit, yeah, but I didn't think... I mean, granted, he was one of the better characters in the whole thing.
I was probably the most sad when he died out of any other character.
That's true. He's really the only... He's really the only one that had a sad death at all.
Everyone I expected to die already, but with him it was kind of sad.
It was kind of sad. I mean, now granted, I wouldn't feel a lot of emotion during the movie where I cared nothing about any of the characters.
Whatever. Darth Vader.
That
Those
doesn't
scenes were
count.
great. What do you mean doesn't count? It's part of the movie.
Okay, he was in 2 scenes. They were the 2 best scenes in the movie by far. Okay, I like the blind guy and his tough guy friend.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they were pretty cool.
What was it? What was it like?
His name.
I am the Force. The Force is with me.
I'm with the Force. The Force
yeah.
is with me. I'm one with the Force. The Force is with me.
Yeah.
I thought he was a good character. I thought he was pretty awesome. He was, kind of Force sensitive. I like that character. We just didn't get to learn enough about that character.
There was some stuff in the trailers that I kind of wish weren't cut from the movie.
They could have cut off all those 5 hours of action scenes just to show a little bit more of the characters. I think that would have been great. Just cut off maybe 5 minutes of action. Just for 5 extra minutes of these characters.
Well, it revolved mainly around Jin. She was the main character, and we saw her origin.
Yeah, she's the worst main character of all time.
And it's not like they're going to be showing like a ton of origins and descriptions for people in the movie where they're never coming back.
I mean, all it is it shows her origin story. Then I guess she becomes a criminal, but you never get to see anything she does as a criminal. She doesn't come off as a criminal at all. She just kind of, gets freed. Then she joins the rebellion. We don't get that "I rebel" line. And then, her father dies. Then we get into this really dumb speech where she basically says, "I have no plan whatsoever. Let's just risk our lives and this rebellion just for something that my father, who was a member of the Empire, said." I mean, that was dumb.
I guess, yeah.
That speech was really dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, I was almost laughing during that speech. I mean, even you have to admit, that was one of the weakest parts of the whole movie.
Yeah.
But then we gotta get to the CGI. I mean...
Okay, Tarkin...
He was bad.
Yeah, but it didn't show him a ton. And I thought it was kind of
cool at first, but then it quickly, once you realize, people were whispering around, is that CGI?
Yeah, well, I could tell just by looking at him. It looked kind of off. And then Leia wasn't
Leia
exactly
was really
amazing,
off.
Yeah.
That was another really horrible scene, I mean, I don't think people realize this. A lot of her men died. I mean, the rebels are being crushed right now. I don't care if that was a victory. She just smiles at the camera. We have hope. No.
Yeah, but they had nothing before that.
I don't care. The rebellion is being crushed. So many innocent men are losing their lives here, but from the Empire. And, let's just smile because we've got plans for something. We don't even know if we can take it down, if we have the strength to take it down and the men to take it down.
Well, they do anyway.
Yeah, but we have plans. I had an issue with that, and I came out with my uncle and my aunt, my mom and my dad. My dad liked it, but my uncle, he hated this movie. He hated it more than I did. And he said to me that was one of the worst things about it. And I agreed with him. It just looked so off. It looked so weird.
Yeah, well, I didn't think they needed to put Leia in.
I thought that was so dumb. That was just
still,
shoehorned, just like C-3PO and R2-D2, just so they can have them in every...
I'm happy that they did do that. Because that was one thing I was thinking about when the movie was starting, is this is going to be the one movie that they weren't in, so...
So are they going to be in Han Solo, the movie?
No, I guess that's true, but I don't know.
And then making a third anthology one, right?
I'm not sure. They said they'd like to do more Han Solo if that does well. There's been rumors about an Obi-Wan, but it's not confirmed.
There's no rumors about, a villain movie? For one of the villains, maybe Darth Maul or...
I'm not sure. They're not doing another Rogue One.
Well, good.
Even though somehow... What's her name again? Jin's actor's name. Why can't I ever remember this?
Felicity Jones?
Yeah. She said she would do another one. But I don't get how that's really possible.
Yeah, I know. How do you do another one?
Unless Han Solo's, set between the beginning and the middle.
Yeah, but what would she do with that?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I guess she's a criminal, too.
Yeah. And then some people say she can be in a flashback. Everyone always says a flashback. We never actually have a flashback happen.
Well, have there ever been any flashbacks in Star Wars?
No, I don't think no.
I mean, Force Awakens a little bit.
In a way, it wasn't really a flashback. It was more of a vision thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be...
Well, wasn't one of the members of the Knights of Ren, I'm forgetting this, called Rogue or something, or Rogue One?
I don't think any of them are called Rogue One.
Are you sure? I thought one of them was called Rogue or something.
They're just being stupid.
I'm sure there is.
Ren.
I don't know. Okay, shut up.
Okay, you look up the
So
Knights of
true.
Ren while I talk about this horrible movie. But I haven't even gotten to the worst part about this. This movie, I mean, Star Wars is known for some of the greatest villains of all time, right, Jordan?
Yeah.
Darth Vader, he's probably the greatest villain of all time. Would you agree?
Yeah.
He's incredible. An amazing villain. And in this movie, he was amazing. Now, people say the Darth Vader scenes were the best scenes in the entire Star Wars series. Which is stupid, because the I Am Your Father scene is by far the best scene, right?
Yeah.
I think we can all agree on that. That whole ending of Empire Strikes Back is the best. Also, some of the scenes training with Yoda,
Well, Wi-Fi is.
that was pretty good. But this movie, you know, I also have had the Emperor, who was incredible. He was really cool, especially actually number 3. That was the only thing I liked about Revenge of the Sith was the Emperor and his role in that.
Well, there's your favorite character, Count Dooku.
Yeah, okay, no, but I was gonna say the worst Star Wars movie is the only one with a bad villain. I mean, I guess we got Viceroy and Newt Gunray and
Yeah, what the hell?
Phantom Menace, but then we have Darth Maul, who's one of the coolest villains of all time in anything. And then we've got, I mean, Force Awakens, we've got Kylo Ren. He's flawed, but he's pretty awesome. I mean, he looks cool.
Okay, you know
he
what?
sounds cool.
In A New Hope.
What the heck is A New Hope?
Okay,
I've never heard of that movie
the
before.
Star Wars.
Okay.
It kind of wasn't even Darth Vader's the main villain. Tarkin.
It was Tarkin.
Yeah.
Tarkin was still pretty good.
I guess, yeah. But...
He wasn't bad at all. And, I mean, Darth Vader was still, he still had a strong role in it. He was still a great villain. Okay. And I mean, in this, I wouldn't even call him a villain because his actions did not affect the main characters at all.
Yeah.
They sort of happened behind the scenes or after they died. So I don't consider him a villain of the movie at all. So I don't think that really counts.
Okay,
But
in my opinion, I didn't think the villain was that
the
bad.
villain was horrible. It was such a bad villain. The acting was off for sure, but it was just all he did was whine and complain.
I guess.
Am I still a director? He was a weakling.
Okay,
What
that
did he
was
do?
one thing he said. Like, that was...
That was pretty dumb.
And then...
But he was only in like 5 scenes and he just died right away.
He died at the very end.
Yeah, but did he ever do anything? Like, did he fight? He just stood there for a long time.
He was about to shoot Jin.
Yeah, but most of the movie it just shows him standing there.
Well, when did Tarkin ever go around shooting people?
Yeah, but Tarkin's...
He's old. He's not going to do anything.
Yeah,
like
but
that.
Tarkin is a way stronger of a character. I mean, he seems
Yeah.
like a strong leader. He's kind of scary. This guy seems like crap. There's nothing... I can't believe how bad of a villain this was. I mean, this was honestly so disappointing because he looked so cool from the trailer as a villain. But no.
I'm still not sure. I was just like thinking about it because like I always was thinking they're either gonna die or they're gonna become bad in the end. Because like I kept thinking
You
about
either
that.
die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
I was thinking in the trailer when what's his name? I'm forgetting all the people's names. The one who died, Jin's like
They all died.
whatever. Oh, well, the one that died at the beginning basically with the metal leg. The one that like basically raised her after her.
Oh yeah, trying to
Yeah.
choose your words carefully there.
Yeah, he in the trailer, remember he was saying like, "What will you become?"
Yeah.
So I kept thinking about that, and that wasn't even in the movie. I kind of wish he didn't die right away.
Yeah, that was dumb too. I mean, he's a big name actor. Like, he looked like an awesome character.
I kind of wanted a few of the characters maybe to have died like a little bit earlier, so it wasn't just all at once. But they had to have all died.
What was with his voice, though?
I don't know. I didn't mind the characters. I thought
voice like this.
Okay, the pilot, he didn't bother me. I just thought he wasn't really doing anything.
No, the pilot didn't do anything.
Blind guy and his
They were pretty cool.
whatever, they were cool.
They were cool.
Jin, I like Jin.
Yeah, but she wasn't that great. Come
Cassium, I
on.
like
Cassium. Who's Cassium?
What is it, Cassian or something?
Cassian.
I liked him.
I didn't. Why do you like him? He was
Oh,
trash. He
that
was a
was okay.
horrible character.
I
didn't
thought
care
the
at all.
droid added some comedy to it. I thought he was kind of funny.
But still, I don't hear. Oh, movies are supposed to have no story, and bad characters.
Well, it was a story. They were trying to... It's just supposed to be its own thing. It's not supposed to have a sequel.
I don't care
or
what's
make
with
it a trilogy.
all these...
It's just its own thing that's supposed to be making showing them.
Maybe this will be like
Jedis.
Deadpool, and I'll like it better after watching it. But
it's like it's not supposed to have Jedis, just the rebels.
Jedis. Is it just Jedi?
I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? It's just supposed.
I don't care if it has.
It's just
I don't care if it has Jedi or not.
It's just supposed to. I know. I'm just saying. Like, it's just supposed to be the rebels.
No, do you think I don't care.
Stealing the plans for the Death Star.
It's just like Mad Max Fury Road. I mean, it just shows, less story, less characters. People love it.
Got a high rating, yeah.
Yeah, you get a high rating. People say it's the best movie of all time.
Well, I enjoyed the story in this.
I didn't enjoy the story in this. It was so... I mean, granted, we knew it was going to happen. But come on, man. You need good characters.
Yeah, well, you just said, like, what was it, 10 minutes ago, that you give Phantom Menace a 3 out of 10?
Yeah.
And what was it, Darth Maul and I guess Qui-Gon Jinn, they're like the only good characters. Yeah,
I know, that's a lower rating than I gave this.
I'm just saying, like, that's... How can you give it a 3?
Well, I mean, it's funny. It's
funny, but only because of how bad it is.
It's got good music. The pod racing scene, it goes on for 5 hours, but it's kind of entertaining. The the final.
Well, now this is pod racing.
That's when they say it up in space. Then I mean, you've got that epic duel with Darth Maul and Qui-Gon. I mean, that's one of the best duels of all time. I mean, Darth Maul is one of the best fighters we have ever seen in a Star Wars movie. I mean,
and he gets his legs chopped off and killed.
No, he survives.
In like the cartoons and
exactly, he survives. He survives that fight. If you can survive that, you're pretty awesome. He used his hatred of...
Yeah, he went like insane.
Yeah, he used his hatred of Obi-Wan to keep him alive. But I mean, it was awesome. I mean, I don't know. It also, it's childhood nostalgia. I used to love that movie when I was a little kid. That was the only prequel I liked when I was a little kid. It was a... Number 3 had nothing redeemable. It was not a fun movie. It was crap. It was depressing. It was bad. I mean, Execute Order 66 is a well-shot scene, but all the Jedi go down like babies. And I mean, all that scene is the duel between Obi-Wan and Anakin. It's just a bunch of people flinging around lightsabers like crazy.
Well, I thought it was cool.
Yeah, but compared to the original trilogy duels, I love the original trilogy duels.
I know.
Because they're so much better, because they seem more realistic, not freaking two Jedi in their prime. Like, as the people on the internet tend to say, jumping around like monkeys, flinging lightsabers at each other. I mean, this is frustrating.
Okay, story I thought was fine, in my opinion.
Fine is not up to par.
It wasn't amazing.
It's not up to par with Star Wars movies. I mean, I think, as they said with Force Awakens, the story was the weakest part of that movie. It was the characters. It was the emotion, it was the humor, it was the action, the effects that carried that movie.
Yeah.
Because it's a freaking copy of Star Wars.
Of A New Hope.
Star Wars, dang it. I'm going to push you off this bed.
Okay, the story was good. I didn't think it was amazing, but it was good. Characters, it depends who you're talking. Some I really liked, some were okay, some I didn't love. So they were like in the middle, I guess. The action scenes I thought were really cool.
Yeah, but were they better than the other Star Wars movies?
It depends what you're talking about. I don't think they were really even
I thought Force Awakens
trying to top Force Awakens.
I thought Force Awakens was the best looking movie visually I've seen in my life.
But this is meant to be dark, so it looked dark.
Not, okay, I get it. It looks dark. I thought the visuals were pretty spot on in this movie, too. Now, granted, Force Awakens, I mean, those visuals blew me away. Every moment of that movie visually was just... Oh, it was amazing. This, I mean, it's just, I thought the action was good, but the action, it was just, I don't know. It seemed like generic action, and that was the point. It wasn't the fun action of Star Wars movies.
And I've seen some people online, and you've said it yourself, but you got kind of bored through it.
It was pretty boring.
I honestly, I didn't even get bored at all. I was entertained through the whole thing.
Nah, the middle section.
I was paying attention to the characters, everything.
You're paying attention to the characters, so you're just paying attention to
story.
Brick walls.
Okay.
There's nothing there to pay attention to.
And like,
no, quiet. There's nothing to pay attention to. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna drop this mic down right here.
Are you gonna do it then?
No, okay, let's continue on. You're making me angry now. I paid attention to the characters.
Yeah.
What did you pay attention to? What? Tell me so many interesting things about Jin. Just tell me. Describe her character, all the interesting things she's done.
It's what she's doing, not done.
Describe to me some interesting things about Jin.
She is determined.
Okay, describe Cassian's character.
Angry? I don't know. Okay.
Angry?
I don't know.
Describe to me that pilot.
What is that? Rogue One's... Is that
Battlefront?
DLC?
Oh my gosh, it's a Battlefront
DLC.
DLC. I don't know, I was just saving every picture that was on the search for Rogue One. Battlefront! I think there's gonna be a bunch of these Battlefront DLC pictures too. Then, okay, describe to me that pilot guy.
Okay, well, him I didn't even really care about. I'm not defending him.
Describe to me
I didn't hate him, but I'm not
describe
defending
to me
him.
the villain, and you can't use whiny, pathetic, and boring.
New.
Now describe Han Solo.
Okay, funny, cool, determined in a way.
Exactly.
Awesome. I don't know. Okay.
I mean, you can just come up. I mean, he's a smuggler. I mean, he's arrogant. You know, he's kind of lazy.
Yeah, but it's not like they're gonna put Han Solo in this movie.
I know, but those you could. I mean, you say that's what you say to me. Okay, this is only meant to be one movie. Okay, but Star Wars, A New Hope. You know, religious wars, a new pope. That really old joke. Anyway, the point is that the original Star Wars, I don't think it was meant to be a trilogy. That's why the rebels were victorious at the end of it.
Yeah.
And Darth Vader, you know, he flew off, but they kept him alive in case it was successful.
The only thing is, like, I was thinking about that, and like, I'm pretty sure they mentioned the Emperor at one point in the original one.
Well, they might, because, you know, he's the Emperor, but the point is that the rebels, they win. But just watching that movie, you get so much out of the characters. Like, if you think about it, the characters are so, you know, they're so fleshed out. They're all great characters in that movie. You can just watch that one movie and you get a taste for some of the best characters ever written. You get development. They're awesome characters. Great ending. This, what are characters? What are character traits?
Okay.
Let's just... But nobody cares. They're all going to die in the end anyway, so let's not make them characters. Let's just say, hey, I'm tough. I'm boring. I'm blind. I'm funny. I'm a terrible villain. Let's all die at the end.
Like, why are you going to put in, like, a insane amount of detail on these people if you're just going to have them die in the end of the one movie?
Because that's what makes a good movie. You have to care about these characters. You have to know their motivations.
And you kind of did. It depends who you're thinking of.
I didn't care about any of these characters. I didn't care about one of these characters in this movie. Okay. I cared about Darth Vader. And I cared about Princess Leia at the end. I didn't like her inclusion there, but I've cared about that character for years. What's going to stop me from caring about her now? Okay, your turn.
What do you mean, my turn?
Your turn to say something.
Okay, well, like we were talking about earlier, the story was
good. Okay. I don't care.
It wasn't amazing, but it was good.
Exactly, it wasn't amazing. That brings it down at least 2 points in the out of 10 rating. Okay.
Oh, okay. Characters were like kind of shifting. There were some.
No, they're awful. Awful.
You were even saying you liked the blind guy.
Yeah, because they're side
characters.
characters.
And you said Jin was alright.
They're side characters. They're not the main focus of the movie. They're not the main villain. They're not the main character. They're not even the main side characters. They're just two guys who are barely fleshed out at all, who are cool, who I wish were fleshed out more.
I'd give the characters like a 6.5
I would not give them a 6.5 out of 7. You're way too liberal there.
No.
I would give them maybe 2.5 out of 10.
Action scenes
most people agree. Like, even these hardcore Rogue One fans will say, "Oh, it's okay. The characters aren't the best, but that's okay because it's not meant to have good characters," or something stupid like that. I'm gonna get so many dislikes. from people
Well,
like you, Rogue One fans, who whenever a new movie comes out says it's the best thing
I
ever.
didn't say. I
Yeah.
said multiple times I didn't like it more than Force Awakens.
I don't care. Every time, actually, when I
Force
asked
Awakens
you,
isn't even my favorite Star Wars movie.
it's nobody's favorite Star Wars movie except for like little kids. But when I asked you which one you liked more, you said it's a tough choice.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you
I don't know
did.
where you come up with that. You're just picking stuff out of your ass right now. I never
Okay,
said that.
you know something? You shut up.
That came out of nowhere. That's not even true.
Okay, yeah,
At no point I said that it's a tough decision between Rogue One and
I
Force
asked you,
Awakens.
do you like it better than Force Awakens?
What
You
was
said,
that?
Ooh, it was really good. That was right when you saw it, and I was
No.
asking you about it. And you said, oh, this is the best
No.
movie of all time.
Right when I
Rogue
saw it.
One.
I saw it on like a weekend.
No, like the first school day after you saw
Sure.
it. Yeah.
Alright.
You're the one who said Batman vs. Superman was a great movie.
I never said that, and you even said you liked it when it came out.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay?
But you're the one who went around.
I'm making up random junk.
You're the one who said you liked
And then-
Suicide Squad.
You did too.
Okay, that's a good point.
God.
You're the one who said you liked the Assassin's Creed movie.
I said I enjoyed it, but I definitely noticed quite a few problems with it.
What were the problems with that movie, Ben?
They didn't show much of inside the Animus. What they did show was really cool. It was setting up for another movie in the end, which is dumb.
Another? They're not gonna make another movie.
Probably not.
Let's go see Watch Dogs in the movie. Aren't they making isn't a sequel for the Watch Dogs movie planned already?
I didn't even know they were making a Watch Dogs movie.
Weren't they making
I
a
thought
Watch
they
Dogs?
were. I don't know if it was true or not. I thought that they were making a Far Cry movie. I never knew if they were making Watch Dogs or not.
There's Darth Vader right there. Anthology. And yeah, does it say anthology? It does. The Star Wars anthology films. That's kind of a stupid idea to begin with, don't you think?
What?
Making anthology films
Yeah.
for Star Wars, you know, making stories that happen in the Star Wars universe.
Well, they're trying to make as much money as they can. They spent, what was it, like $4 billion buying Lucasfilms.
That's true.
Like, they need to make their money back and exceed past that.
I guess
too.
they also have Indiana Jones as well.
Yeah.
But who cares about Indiana Jones? Well, a lot of people.
Well,
I like Indiana Jones
I like
too.
all of them
but,
except for the
well,
fourth one.
nobody likes the fourth one.
And I wasn't a huge... I didn't love the...
I didn't love number 3
third
either.
one,
I know,
yeah.
I know.
I still like the first one the most, probably.
Or Temple
The
of
second
Doom.
one was pretty good, yeah.
One of the two. Those are the only two I ever watched. So I've seen 4 and 3, but that was so long ago, and I never want to see them again. But
I didn't mind 3.
no, but compared to Star Wars, Indiana Jones is nothing.
Yeah.
At least for me.
I've still seen them a ton growing up.
Yeah, but Star Wars is.
I've still never seen number 4 in theaters.
Okay, this is gonna be
dumb.
cool. I think Indiana Jones is great. Okay, but Star Wars, you know, it's the greatest series of all time.
Yeah.
Do you think it's the greatest series of anything? Period.
Sure, yeah.
Sure, yeah. Okay, but this is gonna. I mean, the amount of money they'll make from Star Wars will massively exceed.
Well, haven't they
Indiana
already
Jones.
made like a quarter of the money back from Force Awakens to
Yeah.
Blu-ray sales?
Oh,
and
I think more
right
than
away
I think more than a quarter. I think they made 1.5 billion off that, didn't they?
Well, it was like what was it like? It was something around like a $400-500 million opening.
That's redonkulous.
That's stupid that you just said that.
You know what's stupid? The fact that you're defending this movie.
I think it's interesting. I don't think the director or whatever. What's his name?
Orson Krennic or whatever his name is.
No, I mean like in
Oh.
the movie,
Yeah, Orson Krennic.
wearing all white. That's
his name, yeah.
Oh, okay, I don't even.
I don't know the director of this movie.
No one remembers their names. What?
Okay, hey, just
They,
keep talking.
I don't think he's gonna like what. He's never gonna be really a memorable character.
Memorably bad.
Okay, but I still think he's all right.
What's all right about him? What's all right about
I
him?
don't know. He didn't make me cringe a ton throughout the movie. Like
Made me
you're gonna
cringe.
see him.
He made me cringe at times. Did you cringe at Count Dooku?
Yeah.
I don't
Count
get.
Dooku was just dumb.
Count Dooku has plans for the Death Star. Like, what the heck?
I know.
How did that? I don't get that. That's such a huge plot hole.
That was dumb.
It's dumb.
And one thing I still don't get also is like, you ought to think like you said.
Quit saying like.
You're saying whatever. You said this is barely better
saying
than
this,
some of
yeah,
the
you said-
prequels.
No, it's
basically.
it's marginally
I
better.
think it was yesterday you said you'd give this a 4.5.
Yeah,
And then you said you'd give Phantom Menace a 3.
that's still 1.5.
But
That's still 1.5 of a difference.
But, okay, prequels actually had things that completely ruined certain parts and made no sense. Like, Leia in Return of the Jedi said she remembers her mother. But in the prequels, you can see that she only saw her for like 8 seconds when she was just born. And, like, that makes no sense. And, like, the Death Star at the end of Revenge of the Sith, remember they're just starting to make it? And then we're not seeing it basically complete until Rogue One.
Okay, you know something? Quiet.
But then, from A New Hope or Star Wars to Return of the Jedi, they've almost completely rebuilt
no,
it.
but like I said before, that's 1.5 of a difference. That's huge. That's the difference between The Dark Knight Rises and frickin', I don't know, the Hobbit movies, okay? That's a big difference.
Dark Knight Rises got a pretty high rating, wasn't it?
I give it an 8.5.
I thought all the Hobbit movies were rated pretty poorly.
7. But yeah, they're rated poorly because they're horrible movies.
I didn't mind the second one.
It's a 1.5 difference between this and Phantom Menace. That's a pretty big difference.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, this one, it's not incredibly memorable.
And in fact,
Star Wars story.
I moved it up. It's 2 marks better than Phantom Menace. Because Phantom Menace, I don't care. It's way more entertaining than this movie was. It was way more entertaining.
It's funny, though.
Exactly.
It's a comedy movie.
But still, this wasn't very entertaining. I'd still say Empire Strikes Back and Force Awakens are more entertaining than Phantom Menace. I'd say so.
You're saying Empire Strikes Back and Force Awakens are more entertaining than
Phantom Menace. Yeah.
What? How could anyone find Phantom Menace more entertaining than Empire Strikes Back or Force Awakens?
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, like, that's
and
obvious.
Star Wars. I don't know about Return of the Jedi. They're about equal there.
I honestly like Return of the Jedi.
I've got a lot of issues with Return of the Jedi. That was always my least favorite of the original trilogy when I was younger.
Alright.
That was your favorite.
It was kind of. It was always moving between
Four was my favorite growing up. I liked Empire Strikes Back when I was in grade 4 and 5, and I didn't like it for a while, then I liked it again. It's not my favorite. Star Wars was always my favorite, and I never really liked Return of the Jedi. I never liked that movie. But it's not that bad. It's better than this. Just remember that. If you ever feel that Return of the Jedi is a weak Star Wars movie, then watch this, and you will change your mind fast.
I think this is going to be a movie that people eventually, like years from now, enjoy, but not remember nearly as much as other movies, because it's a story, not like a 7.
Alright. Thank you for watching. This was a Squadron Media podcast. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.